Hello, Osukeja is my name. I'm an assistant chief statistician working with the Ghana Statistical Service, and I specialize in labor statistics. In this recording, I'm going to talk to you about how households are defined for the 2020 population and housing census. The aim is to provide you with the knowledge and skills that will enable you to identify the different types of households that may exist in structures within your assigned area. The concept of a household is based on how people live individually or in groups, and the things in place around them for self-care, including gaining access to food, water, health, education, and many more. In the 2020 population and housing census enumeration process, you should be able to identify the different households within all identified structures in your assigned enumeration area in order to enumerate them separately. The concept of a household is based on the arrangements made by persons either individually or in groups for providing themselves with food or other essentials for living. Thus, a household may be either a one-person household, that is to say, one person who makes provision for his or her own food or other essentials for living without including any other person in that setting. Or it could be a multi-person household, that is to say, a group of two or more people living together who make common provision for food or other essentials for living. The people in the group may put their income together and to a greater or lesser extent may have a common budget. They may also be related either by blood or by marriage, or they may not be related at all. A household can also constitute a combination of people who are both related and unrelated. Grouping people living in a structure into households may sometimes not be easy and may require a lot of probing. However, the following three important criteria should help you to identify a household. The first could be that the individuals must live together and be catered for as one unit. The second could be that the individuals must make common provision for food, water, health, education, and other essentials. Or the third could be that the individuals must recognize one person as the head. It is important to emphasize that not all related people living in the same structure are necessarily members of the same household. For example, depending on their catering arrangements, two brothers who live in the same house or structure with their wives and children may or may not form different households. In many cases, we can divide the people living in a structure into separate households because they may be living as different groups who have different common provision for food or other essentials for living. There could be several examples of the compositions of a household. For example, a household could consist of just a man and his wife, or a man, his wife, and children. Alternatively, it could be a woman, her husband, her children, and some other relatives who may be living with them. Equally, it could be a man and his sister, a woman, her husband, her children, and a househelp who may be living with them. Or it could be a man living with his houseboy. There are also several other examples of what a household could consist of. I have spoken to you about how a household could be a group of people. But within each household, you will need to find out who is acknowledged by the others as the head of household. The head of a household is recognized and acknowledged as head by the other household members, either by virtue of his or her age, or standing in the household as the chief income earner, or the one making major decisions within the group. The person, who could be either a male or female, has primary authority and responsibility for the household affairs. These concepts are going to form the basis of our data analysis. Therefore, if we misunderstand it, the quality of data derived will be compromised. Thank you for listening. I hope this information will help us achieve our goal of conducting excellent census questionnaires, which will provide decision makers with better data for better decisions. Thank you.